I'm not sure why my imagination was so easily intrigued by this area I found. It was, well, desolate, rocky, and rugged with miles of uncharted forest. The place I discovered and strange doorway in the middle of the mountains was certainly crafted well over a century ago. A single room, simply placed, hidden, deep in the forest, surrounded by boulders and winding streams with deep canyons holding peculiar rock formations. The areas with these rock formations remain dark, even with the sun at high noon illuminating surrounding ridges. However, the whole time I was here, I felt as if I was following the footsteps of someone just as curious as me and intrigued by the land from a very long time ago. It wasn't a marked trail or passage I followed, but the history of the land itself led me to think of the great mountain men, outlaws, stagecoaches, and of course the peculiar modern prospector who wanders the mountains searching for gold. We all shared this same unmarked path, I felt. This unknown path I followed to this strange room, simply carved into the middle of nowhere. Today I'm looking for something specific, something I've seen in the history books, old photos of, and there's really no location, but I think I have an idea of it, and I'm trying to understand what it was, this place we're looking for, and you'll see it if we find it, so it should be interesting. But I'm kind of taking my time and looking at all these boulder formations around me, and also keeping an eye out for sheds. It's definitely the time of year you'll start seeing them, and we're some of the first to be here, but I'm seeing this earth. See how this earth is disturbed right around here? This nice little cut. Little lightning strike damage on that log here. That looks like it was burnt right from the center. But there's definitely a run here, and because there's no snow, you'll see things. You want to keep an extra eye out too. Seasons like this, that's why I got spray with me. Just because it really messes with the bears when you're out here and it's nice and they think it's time to eat. They get weird. They're cranky this time of year, this time in fall. But I'm just watching everything here and looking at these beautiful, insane formations. Some of them are built like walls and just boulder washes. But we're gonna get back into the thick of it and try to find this place. It should be interesting. I think I have a good idea where it is. And this is amazing. This is amazing. This lets me know I'm on the right trail. Look at this old vehicle. Isn't this awesome? It's still snow back here, but look at that. Look at that. So this draw was used at one point, because you see this vehicle. Look at this. Wow. Wow, the interior's still in that. Far out. How in the heck did this get down here? I have no idea what this is, but I know a
lot of folks do. Look at the axle. Solid axle. What model? I'd say it's a Plymouth, right? Is this a Plymouth? Oh, gas tank. Isn't that wild? Yeah. And look where we're at. You would have had no idea. I mean, just a weird spot for this vehicle. Should we see if the door opens? It does. Can't tell if there's something living there. I was hearing the shaking of the car. If there is, it's like a badger or something. Check that out. Still got the rear view mirror right there. Looks like the glass has been shattered out. This was a premium make because they had switches are frozen, but they had warmers, defog, de-ice, if you can see that. Some buttons. Let's see the mileage. Now that might be correct. These older makes, look at that. 783,000, or no, 78,000 miles. Okay. There's 78,000 miles and 349. 78,349. But isn't that phenomenal? The upholstery's still here. Too cool. I'm gonna try popping the hood. See if the hood has anything. But there's still remains of the old glass in there. Thick old glass. Isn't that special? What a special find. How cool is that? Get a look at the front end. Oh, this is a Chevrolet right there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Who would have thought this is way back here? I'm gonna open this, but I want to make sure nothing's living in it. That battery looks pretty new. It almost looks like someone tried lifting the engine here. Interesting. Interesting. She's solid though. Solid vehicle. How cool is that? Well, I'll shut it. Oh, it barely shuts. Lift. Cool find. Cool find. But surely this was at one point a road back here, because I'm not seeing much reason for a car to be sitting here. Let's keep going and see what else we find. So the road down from the car led me into this canyon, this ill-lit canyon. It's kind of, and Greta's just having a heyday smelling things. See this droppings? But there's cutouts over here. And I'm kind of just listening and being careful, because you can see this kind of area here is something creatures like to be in. But check out this little cutout. We're gonna approach it with caution. Almost looks like someone's been in there. Right, those rocks look kind of stacked. See that overhang? It's a kind of spooky canyon. It's almost like a hunting line. Very cool here. There's a whole bunch of droppings or something on that rock. Not making any tracks out. Interesting little overhang though, if you can see that. So we're gonna keep going. And I think I'm gonna favor the high ground up over here to get down into more level ground, because this is a deep, deep canyon, and it just keeps getting more brushy like. We'll head up that way. Actually, just found the flashlight. Looks pretty old, but it's been out here a while. And that's for me. You don't get that. That's mine. I'm wondering if this was from someone prospecting these nooks and crannies. See how the rock's colored. Got an iron color. And this is all sandy. I'll leave that light right here. See this rock? These are the kind of formations I'm talking about, where they're just, you know, like how does that happen? It's just sitting on top of this house-sized boulder. Isn't that wild? This is elk area too. I don't know how many sheds I've probably walked over, but I definitely have. I know they're around here, especially this time. Where that canyon is. It goes even deeper. You could roll that boulder off if you wanted. I'm not that kind of person, but you definitely could if you wanted to make some noise. What do you think, Grady? Huh? See, aren't things like this interesting? See how it looks like they're stacked almost in two places? I find that stuff so weird that if nature did that it's just neatly stacked and dry. Even here, there's another pile. They could have died from too much snow on them, but just strange things like that. There's just weird things all over this place, but I've got a little ways to go still to get to, oh, those are fresh. To get to where we want to check out. This is the canyon. It's steep down there, real steep. Now you'd think it's evening back here, but this shows you how cold it is. And look at what I found. A pile of man-made lumber. 55-gallon drum. I can hear the stream. It's trickling. Things aren't thawed out yet. You can see all the wildlife runs. Greta's trying to get her some water. Is it still icy? Now here running water. This is just beautiful back here. I can't believe this is hiding right here. It's amazing. Yeah, nature even made us a bridge. I hear it. Greta wants that water. It's awesome. Check that out. Look at this. Wow. She's laying in the pooled water on top of the ice. Is that good? This is beautiful. I haven't seen this. This is awesome. Way back in this canyon. Check that out. Too cool. I'm gonna have to get some pictures of this place. We'll put them on the Instagram. I haven't uploaded on that in a while. Do you hear this water? So peaceful. What a great area. And it'll hold me, but I really don't want to test it. So I'm gonna hop to boulders. Wow, it's like an air conditioner. I was actually breaking a sweat doing this. So this is nice. All this water is pushing cold air with it from being in this canyon. And that's where we were, way up there. We're about, I'd say halfway through where I want to get. It's all bushwhacking, and I'll show you on the Google Maps. Probably at the start so you can see how you get through here. But this keeps going. This keeps going. And maybe another episode I'll follow this, because I'm almost certain just the way this cut through the earth hundreds of thousands of years ago, that there are rich deposits of minerals in this valley, and someone before me 100 years ago thought the same thing. Let's get out of here. See this wall? This one's very tall. Big boulder wall. But we're leaving the canyon, and it's a pretty steep climb. We're going to cut across this boulder formation, try to get out up on top again. Ah, Greta, come on, come on, this way. Up here, up here, up here, good girl. Yeah. Back into the sunlight. I spent so much time down there just admiring everything that I could see we were losing sunlight. So we're on the old Northern Pacific line, and this is actually the easiest way to get to where I'm going because there aren't any trails directly to it, but this track provides a great trail. So we made it, and I actually found it. And you can see we're up on this mountainside kind of with all this deadfall and brush. And it was really a shot in the dark where this would be. But I'm going to show you exactly what I found. This is right on the side of a mountain where drift would just come through. And I've seen pictures of this. I have no idea what it is, but I feel like it's some sort of a hideout. There's a spate of robberies in this area, and I feel like this is it. Check that out. Greta's kind of approaching with caution. I'm not seeing tracks or anything, but look at this. This is wild. You all right? Good girl. So this is the thing that's in the side of the hill, or mountain. And I get my flashlight out. But check this out. Look how gnarly it is all around us. And then there's this. Isn't that wild looking? It's like people lived in that. And it's just kind of see in there. What do you think, Greta? It's crazy. See the old door? Look at it. This is a old door. And it's just solid. Greta, you found a toy? It's just solid in here. Isn't that wild? Check that out. It's cavernous. Look at that. That's it. See, this is why I feel like someone's lived in here. Look at this. I'm not seeing. That goes way up. See that? See the light? I think there was a chimney. I think that's a chimney hole. But look at how intricate this is. Look at this. Isn't this wild? It's just right in the side of granite. How spacious it is. And it's actually kind of warm. There's not even timbers like it was a mine. You see how it's cut out like a room? Like, look at this. This is definitely from the Outlaw Trail. This is a old, I mean, this has to be some sort of chimney, right? And you'd keep it warm in here. Little wood stove. That's pretty crazy. Gotta quit doing that. My luck, you'll dig a hole that will make this collapse on us. And it's kind of weird because this thing just popped out of nowhere for me. I kind of want to try to sleep in it. Like in the summertime, you could actually make this an actual hut. You know? Isn't that wild? No markings though, no carvings of names or anything. And it's just here. In an odd place, just in the side of this hill. And there's clearly a thing here. I mean, that's the circulate air, or push out smoke, and it's, I don't even know how they did that, but you can see it. Looks like there's actually a boulder kind of that fell through and got caught. But that's not natural. See, that's like, I don't know if someone climbed in there and chipped away at this or what. Quit it. This is awesome. It's like a little fort. It's not desecrated either. See that? Super cool. And you can see it's not from the modern ages. This is, you know, picked away. Rough, coarse granite. It's super cool. But this is, I've seen pictures of it, and I knew about the spate of robberies and bad happenings in this area, and it being an outlaw trail, but they never found the outlaws. They said they did, but they never did. Like concrete, you know, back then you could point, arrest somebody. And I think something like that happened, but this is some sort of cave or hideout thing. It's something. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is definitely something. Yeah, just in time for the sun to start setting. It's casting that glow where none of it looks real. Beautiful day. But I was thinking, as I was making my way out, what if, because the hole's in the side of this hill, what if someone wintered up there? What if that was a mountain man home or something? Just some remote hole in the side of the mountain. Someone wintered and lived there. Crazy to think. And I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it for myself. Just that now it's just sitting there, right? But someone put all that time and energy into it. Crazy. Crazy. Just beautiful though up here. Just beautiful.